Welcome, everybody, to Too Legit to Crit, a tabletop role-playing podcast hosted by two people who are secretly hoping to also be bought out by Roll20, as they seem to be buying fucking everything right now.
Right? What happened? It's like the Disney of tabletop. Like, they're just buying everything out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're going to get into that. I think that's a definite topic of conversation. Fucking Roll20. But my name is John Santana.
I'm Atlas.
How you been keeping anyway?
Oh, busy and hot. It's like 98 degrees right now, Fahrenheit, which I think Celsius we just said was what, 36?
36, yeah,
which
36.
should say enough right there. Like the amount of sixes. It's hot. It's muggy. I don't like it, but doing good. Playing lots of games. How are you doing? How was Father's Day weekend?
Father's Day weekend was fucking phenomenal. Picked the kids up on Friday, went back to mine, and it was just like an entire weekend of just sitting around, playing video games, hanging out. I ran my boy through some Avatar Legends, which I'm getting the hang of. I'm so far enjoying it. I still need to kind of brush up a bit on the system, but it is quite entertaining, to say the least.
Now, is he turning into be a gamer like you, or is he kind of doing his own thing?
Video gamer. Like massively
Nothing
into his. He's 8 years old and is better than me at video games.
I mean, to be fair, my gosh, how old is she? I have a 6-year-old niece who can pick up an iPad and just it's like, no, this is how you do it. And I'm like, oh, okay. I feel old.
I mean, it's him and Roblox right now.
Oh yeah.
Him and like Roblox, and he's playing a game called Blox Fruits, and he just tells me all about it, and you can hear how when he's talking about it, just the way his mind is kind of processing things. And it's like, yeah, because if I get this fruit, then I'll become this, and then I can add this, and it's like, dude, you should be playing Pathfinder.
Is Roblox the gateway drug to Minecraft? Because it's both like the blocky thing.
No, I don't believe it is. I think Roblox is just like its own sort of sandbox where they have all these individual games. Like there's a Minecraft clone, and there's a So you play all these different games within this sort of sandbox, as it were. And it's he's getting really into it, especially that Blox Fruits thing.
That's kind of cool. Cool. I don't think any of my nieces, I have 7, will ever be into gaming of any sort. I think the closest I got is one of my nieces one year asked for lightsabers, so I bought her 2 really expensive ones, and we could like duel it out, and that was like the closest I got. Yeah, like she'll be fine. But
her life is sorted. She'll be fine. She wanted lightsabers. Her life is. That's it. She's doesn't need anything else.
She goes, Auntie, when can we go see a scary movie? I'm like, as soon as you're old enough to not call me Auntie. Like, we're not.
Let's go watch Nope.
Right? Oh, gosh. Yeah.
That's just recently flagged up on Netflix. I need to watch. I've never seen it.
You
I need
to watch it. Have you seen his other work?
No, I haven't. I've not seen any of Jordan Peele's work other than obviously Key and Peele.
So good. No, it's so good. It's so good. Like, you need to, especially Get Out. You need to watch Get Out with the whole mental thing that we like of like the horror mental stuff. Go watch Get Out.
Yeah, I definitely need to do that some justice.
Yeah, you do. You definitely do. So that's the gaming you did. It was just with your kiddo?
I do believe so. We didn't do much gaming. I had pretty much a week off gaming, to be fair.
What's that like?
It's weird. I'm not used to it.
Right.
But I went to see a West End show on the Thursday. I'm normally gaming, so on the Wednesday I'm normally gaming.
Okay.
So I went to see Sister Act, which was fucking sweet.
Oh, was it amazing?
Yeah, really cool, really good.
Cool. That's cool. Do you guys have like a central like we have Broadway, right? Do y'all have like a vet?
Yeah, the West End.
Oh, okay, so that's okay.
That's where all of like the biggest shows are.
Oh, cool. Okay, very cool.
And I don't know, because I don't know what it's like on Broadway, but like the West End, it's not that. There's not that gate isn't there. We can go and buy tickets to go watch a West End show. So I don't think it's the same, because we all, at least over in the UK, we kind of see Broadway as this sort of, you have to be rich to go see a show on Broadway.
you have to be rich to have good seats at a show on Broadway. So I have not been to an actual Broadway yet, but I've priced it out. I will be going probably next year. I'm super excited. But I've been to Chicago, which is their like off Broadway. It's kind of like if it's not in New York, it's in Chicago. And I've been to Ohio. I want to say Cleveland. I'm not sure. We don't talk about Ohio here. Sorry, any Ohio watchers. You can take it up with me later. But it's good. Like I will find it very interesting to see how much better Broadway is when Chicago is just as good and just as expensive. Like, but
fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my gaming news. It was pretty much uneventful. A lot of like production side of things and getting things ready for this weekend, which is going to be very much gaming orientated. I've got Kingmaker on Saturday, followed by Critting the Nerdverse, which is the crossover that we do with the guys from Crossing the Nerdverse. That is on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, we are recording with Forever GM Justin. He's going to be running us through some Call of Cthulhu.
That is going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see that. It's going to be good.
We did a session 0, and it went just off the fucking rails in the best possible way. So that game is going to be outstanding.
Good. That's fantastic. That's good to hear. Yeah. I run next Sunday, so I have to get my shit together and pull my game together because this is the first combat we've had since I switched systems. So I might have accidentally just killed my entire party. I don't know. We'll find out. So... I don't think so. They're so overpowered, and not in a bad way. Like I said, level up gives you what you want from D&D 5e. Like if you like it, you hush your face, and then gives you more. And so it's one of those things where it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm comfortable with this. Oh, but there's all this other like plus some, and they've tweaked some things that like they separated the skills and the abilities that I love. So my players have all this cool stuff they can do that I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome seeing you play this. And I'm like, yeah, they've got this. And then the other part of me's going, maybe I should scale it down. I don't know. They've smashed everything they've come to like front with. So.
What level are they?
4? Yeah.
Because I know, like 5e has similar problems to Pathfinder, whereas at higher levels, it just becomes harder and harder to challenge the players because, they essentially become superheroes, as it were, and the CR system is broken as fuck.
Yes. I tend to, as things get more complicated with leveling and like that and whatnot, I actually make combat harder by making it mentally harder. Like... It's kind of combining traps with battle because then it's kind of like you have to make a decision and you have to figure out, you can't spend 40 minutes deciding, well, are we going to, save the girl hanging over a vat of acid or are we going to stop the town from being exploded? Like, you have to think fast, and my players hate me for it. But they love the game afterwards. So.
I mean, I kind of decided that if I go back into playing, like, running Pathfinder properly, I'm definitely going to add a timer to turns.
I think, oh God, being that person, I'm like, well, fuck you, that's horrible. But I get it. I do get it. I will take far too, sorry, I just saw Connell's comment. I take far too long deciding what I want to do. And part of that actually will be a perfect segue into last night's game. My home table, it's a home table, but like most of us are online because we're cross states. Played a one-shot of Mutants and Masterminds, and it was awesome. Most of the players got to play their old characters, so they got to reunite with old characters, old powers. It was really fun. And I got to play a new character that I had talked to Connell about. Like, we knew that I was going to play her. We had no idea how we're going to introduce her because she's kind of a big deal, like in the universe. Not like she's important, but she's. The equivalent would be someone being like, oh, Superman's dead. This chick's the new Superman. It's that level of like, oh shit. So we play the game. Everything's fine. There's things clicking like back and forth from like our old game from like years ago. One of our players, she like her mom's best friend, her dad. It's like a family drama, and we're just like, y'all need to go to therapy. But at the very, very end of game, My character is basically like grappling this ginormous crocodile, right? Like humanoid crocodile. And Megan's character, she opens a rift in time and space, like a magical portal. And because we're trying to think of a place to keep this thing safe that A, the bad guy won't get it because they want it, and B, it won't hurt other civilians. So she and I think alike, and we're like, oh, Tartarus. Which none of us know where it is, but we're like, okay, super secret prison. Yeah, they can handle a giant crocodile. So we open a portal up into Tartarus. My character goes flying in there with this giant crocodile. We chase it around the hallways a couple times. And I found out things that will change the way inmate seems. Like, I know secrets now.
Interesting.
I know secrets now. And I want to tell you, McConnell's watching, and I'll get in trouble if I do.
No, it's quite all right.
It's so cool, though. It was so cool. It was like seeing the universe as a whole kind of cross like that. I was like, I kind of wanted to go find Liberator and punch him, though, because I could take him.
Honestly, I don't know what you've got against him.
Yeah, no. Not in a million years could you guess what I have against him.
No. Like, he has done nothing wrong.
Oh, please. Okay, whatever. I'm not even...
I'll tell you what, when we start releasing, which is going to be at the beginning of July, I'm going to let the public decide for themselves.
We'll do a poll. We'll do a poll.
Yeah. Do you think Liberator is in the wrong? But I don't think he is. I think he is perfectly correct. I think everything he's done has been...
You are so full of shit.
Just because your character seems to be a bit paranoid.
I mean, listen, she has every reason to be working with people like you. I swear, does everybody have like things like this in game? I've never actually had like a in-game, in-character, in real life like tension of like, I want to murder your character.
I bring that out in people.
Apparently. That's what I've been warned about by Couch. Also, just disclaimer real quick. I don't know if you just heard that. I have small children upstairs above me with my German Shepherd. So if there's any like thumpity thump or screaming or barking or anything like that, that's what it is. No murder, no explosions, just tiny children.
Hey, you said this before we started recording. I went, don't worry about it.
Just putting the disclaimer out there.
Don't worry about it. Like, we ain't no Critical Role.
No.
We're not Glass Cannon.
No, we got this.
No, we got this. Just, if they want to make noise, they're kids. They're going to make noise. If it's a dog, it's a dog. It's going to make noise. I have no problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah, no, life is life.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Which, speaking of which, so we played Mutants and Masterminds last night. We are actually supposed to be playing, right now it's Savage Worlds. It's that sci-fi one where I play the Construct.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to switch it to a D6 system. So we'll be visiting some old D6 systems, and I'll let you know how that goes.
Definitely.
2 weeks, but
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what kind of systems are getting used.
Yeah. Well, because D6, you never see that anymore, really. Like
you do more than you'd think.
Well, I mean, you see it, but it's not popular. Let me put it that way. Like,
beg to differ.
Who's popular?
Powered by the Apocalypse games. Monster of the Week. Blades in the Dark.
See, you're going to laugh. The only time I ever hear about those is from you. I never see them like out in the world. But
you do realize there's a bunch of like Powered by the Apocalypse fans. Just absolutely. They've listened to the Adventure Zone and they're going, oh. Yeah, it is.
I just made everybody have a cardiac arrest. Like, oh no.
No, Blades in the Dark is D6, and it is quite popular.
Connell says he needs a Stefan cameo. Oh, he nearly got a Stefan.
Cameo.
Yes. Although if you weren't, so British and asleep at that point, probably would.
What time we're talking? Because I may have been awake.
It would have been probably 9:30-ish our time.
Yeah, I'm asleep.
Yeah, yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, that's like 2 a.m. in the. I was like, no, I'm.
Yeah, no. Oh, who needs sleep schedules, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was hanging when I went to work this morning. It's like I just had a few days off. Didn't get many hours sleep, and I just walked in and it's like, do not fucking talk to me.
This morning, so 2 weeks ago, I took 1 week vacation. I've been there for a week. I was waiting for people to get their stuff act together. Their stuff act? I don't know.
Anyways, it works. Their stuff act, yeah. Get your fucking stuff act together.
Right? Stuff act. That's going to be a thing now. But like, I was waiting because I'm leaving soon. Like, I'm gone in another 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay, like, they'll figure it out. Finally, I had enough residents come up to me. They're like, this is still wrong. I'm like, I'll fix that. Just give me the computer. I'll fix it.
Yeah, just get in and see all the fires that I needed. To be fair, I will say that this time around hasn't been too bad. Previous times I've walked back and there's like 160 emails. It's like, oh, fuck.
Okay, do you know what Connell means by the old WEG D6 system?
I don't know. It's an abbreviation I'm not familiar with.
I thought you knew everything, John. Come on. Like...
I don't know everything. I know a lot of things. Not everything.
I know nothing. I don't even pretend. Like,
West End Games, Men in Black, nothing. Star Wars, Ghostbusters. Oh, new Planet of the Apes game. I have seen that advertised. Not really looked into it, to be fair.
I was watching Planet of the Apes when I was a kid, like Heston, like, you dirty damn ape, that thing. I'm curious to see how close they stick to that with a new one. And I want to play the game. I want to be a human fighting the apes. I don't know if that's.
I'm sure you can be. I don't know. I've just seen it.
Real life.
I've just seen it crop up on like Facebook and whatnot. Haven't really looked into it too much, to be fair. Nowadays there are so many systems that are cropping up on my Facebook that I don't have time to look at them all.
Who was it? Someone was joking about it on Threads about how they got an advertisement for their own game system, like on Facebook. I don't know who it was, but that's like isn't that the epitome of the world we live in right now? It's like, oh, you're interested in this thing? Here, have this thing. I already have that.
Justin always used to message me kind of going, I've just been recommended one of our videos.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Justin, wherever you're at, we miss you. Get your butt here.
Yeah, Justin, come on. Ignore work, man.
Seriously.
This is important.
Nobody, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is so important.
We don't need money.
Speaking of which.
So, speaking of money.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I did make a joke about it at the intro. And you did kind of say they're becoming the new Disney. It's Roll20. Roll20 buying the fuck out of Demiplane.
Yeah.
Who'd have seen? Who saw? It's old news now, so we don't have to go over the fucking news about it. But who saw that fucking coming?
I don't know, because see, when D20, like I got introduced to D20 during COVID, right? And it sucked. Like, it was not great. And then I was reintroduced into it a couple years later, and it was better. So part of this, like, can someone who knows how to work D20 show me what the amazingness of it is? Because I've not been impressed yet. So when I was like, oh, they bought the thing, I'm like, how? Why? What? I was like, okay.
Roll20, you're always going to get, when it comes to virtual tabletops, you're always going to get your sort of the fan groups, as it were. Yeah. I left Roll20 a while back and I went to Foundry, which, is good. I enjoyed it. It did a lot of things, especially for Pathfinder. But obviously you're going to get people, Roll20 sucks, Foundry sucks, and all this. So I'm just going to avoid all that from the top. Roll20 does what it says on the tin. It's a virtual tabletop. Yeah. And the problem I had with something like Foundry is that it did too much.
Oh.
To the point where if Foundry wasn't working correctly, my players froze. And it's like, roll a fucking dice and add a bonus.
That was... So my very first encounter with Pathfinder was on Roll20. And the DM was learning Roll20 at the same time that I was learning Pathfinder. So, like, there were other things wrong with it. And it was a good storyline, good game. Like, I'm not trashing, him and or his game. But, like, something would happen on the side, and we try to be figuring out a role. Wait, does that include this bonus and this expertise? Because this character plus this, and he's like, well, I don't know. So like by the time we get through all of that, it was like, can we just roll the dice? Like, do we have to use this? Like, this is.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, remember to click this button which adds +2 to your roll. Can you not add +2? Can you just not, if you've got, if you roll a 17, add 2.
I have to use my fingers, but I can still do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Foundry is, objectively more functional than Roll20, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's better.
Yeah. Well, and again, that comes back to the whole conversation of what is better. It depends on each person, on personality, on taste, on flavor, on whatever. So like if you love Roll20 and this is great news for you, then awesome. Like you ride the hell out of that announcement. That's great.
I do have experience. I do actually have experience with Demiplane, as most of my Pathfinder books are on Demiplane.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It is what they tried to basically recreate D&D Beyond without D&D, as it were.
That seems complicated.
So essentially, it was the person who first created D&D Beyond before it got bought out by Wizards of the Coast. So they've created Demiplane, which serves multiple systems. So you've got a character builder, you've got all your rule books. You can, have a compendium where you can check out all the rules. The only problem is I always found it ridiculously slow.
Oh, now does it matter what rule book you use though? Like, is it one system, or is it any system as long as you?
No, it's got a bunch of systems. It's got Pathfinder, Avatar Legends, Alien.
So it's kind of like Hero Labs, where it's got like the systems in it already.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it more as a contender to Hero Lab when it first came out.
Yeah.
But again, it's not quite as polished. It's not there yet. It will be good, but
yeah,
it's taking a while to get to where it needs to be.
I know what it is. I have not ever interacted with it, so now I kind of want to go play with it and be like, all right, what are we looking at? Like,
but yeah, now that Roll20's got it, I don't know. It might be better for the whole integration side of things.
Or it might be like Disney buying Marvel, and it's just gonna. But that's also a personal opinion, so don't take that to heart.
There's a lot of opinions about Disney and some of the properties they've bought lately.
Gosh, yeah. But that's not our job.
That's not our. Although I do like to tell people, yeah, I think Star Wars is better now that Disney's got it.
Ooh, how do the reactions go with that?
Don't know, don't care. If they want to get angry over some stupid shit like that, it's on them.
I would love to say that just to watch the room boil.
Yeah, but that is my entire MO.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's a powder keg, I am the match.
You know what I want to play? Oh, this just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like Disney Infinity, Super Smash Bros, things like that.
Yeah.
I want to play that tabletop style. I want a battle brawl of characters make their stats out, and let's do a dungeon crawl / battle brawl. Like, why not?
I don't see it. I mean,
Yeah.
It's doable.
It's very doable.
John's
why the fuck do I let her talk?
No, it's just, the wheels are turning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Star Wars, which, I mean, there's already Star Wars tabletop role-playing games, but this would specifically be, like, battle brawl, the DM is the ref, like...
Connell's just put in the chat, you're the powder keg, you like to instigate? Nah, I am more the match. I like to push people over.
Sure. Oh, don't ignore the next part. Sure, Liberator is innocent.
Of course he fucking is. I mean...
Yeah.
Liberator is innocent. So, yeah, Roll20 and Demiplane. Let's get back on track, shall we?
Roll20 and Demiplane. Do you use any of that? Are you going to use any of it?
Yeah, I still use Roll20 from time to time, even if it's just as a place for people's character sheets. For Critting the Nerdverse, I've just, given them a Roll20 account and kind of gone, right, there you go, build your characters here. It's just easier.
Yeah.
To be fair, Foundry I'll be using for Pathfinder when I do start doing pay to play. But Demiplane, like most of my library is on there.
That's actually impressive.
It is, it's good, and
You talked about your library before.
more than my Pathfinder library.
But still, like that's.
Apple Books is the rest of my fucking library.
I keep forgetting you're an Apple guy.
Yeah, it's
so sad.
It's getting unwieldy at this point.
Everybody has their personal flaws. It's okay.
Oh, you're not one of these brand maniacs, are you?
No, not even slightly. I actually used to have a MacBook Pro, and that's when I did all my video editing for the special effects job I had. Loved it to pieces. Absolutely hated it. Also, because like if anything went wrong, they have it so user friendly that if you need to get behind the scenes and fix something, you can't. And it's like, I'm just PC brained enough that I'm like, I'm just gonna go behind the door and I'm gonna snip a few wires and we're gonna be fine. And then it's gold as good as new. And that's my also. I'm a little bit of a control freak, so that's
I mean, to be honest, I've used Windows and Linux my entire life, and it's only now that I've switched to Mac. And it's like, yeah, I can get on board with this. Like, oh, my Mac's not working. Time machine.
Wow. Okay. Wait, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah. An iPad.
Okay.
This show is done only like pretty much on Apple.
Is that why you always have a technical issues?
No, that's technical issues because I'm a fucking idiot.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Actually, so question. This is slightly related, slightly not. When you're building a character, do you ever try to like play outside your own personality or intellectual like know-how, or do you specifically try to play on your strengths?
I try to. I do try, but it just ends up seeping through.
Yeah.
Like my sarcasm is I cannot keep it contained. I'm playing essentially a paladin in the Fabula Ultima game that we're playing. And even
which I played for the first time and that was awesome.
You did. Which the episode will be released on Thursday, the first one.
It's so
already
cool.
uploaded.
I want to draw our characters. I know it was just like a quick one shot or a 2-part whatever, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you guys played amazingly. Much better than we did our first go around. You guys actually,
Although, to be fair, we cheated, though. Because, like, me, Stefan, and Connell... Oh, no, you guys have played before, too.
Yeah, we'd all played together. Yeah, I mean, I was the only one using Fabula points.
I don't know if I used mine. Did I? I did use mine at the end. One of them. I should have used more.
No, I mean, it was really good. It was really entertaining. And, because I was there in the same kind of...
Yeah.
I want to play.
You're playing a paladin. Is a sarcastic paladin then? Or?
Yeah, he just... something will happen and my mind will switch. Is like, I need to be that person. And I am that person.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to make mine drastically different from the other, like Trey that I just played in Fabula is this like blue mohawk, like life is good. Everyone deserves equal rights, like sock 'em, bop 'em bitch. And I loved playing her. She was so much fun. And then, flip it around and I'm playing this giant construct that, is, I have a personality and I'm allowed to talk to her or, talk as a human and have personality, but still the range is so vastly different. And yet somehow there's still always that line of like, oh, there's Atlas, like, which I think is in every character, but I do try to make it different.
I think most of my characters have at least some side of me in them, whether it is a genuine side or whether it's wish fulfillment. So, like my first character, Naha, she was chaos incarnate, and that is my own wish fulfillment. It's like, what if I didn't have consequences? What could I get away with?
Also, yeah, that's fair. My first character, ironically, I was so like timid and insecure and shy coming into the tabletop role playing world, which is not my personality if anyone knows me. But the character I made.
Yeah, because we got you on this show purely because of your shyness.
Yes, I'm so timid and soft-spoken and not opinionated whatsoever.
No. That makes for a good podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's fabulous fuel right there. But I was nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if I was going to be good enough. I didn't want to like embarrass everyone at the table. I was trying to like impress my friends. And I made this like dwarf fighter. She was so badass. She was so cool. But at the same time, like I'm playing her and it's like, oh, I'm playing me. And I was kind of bummed. Like I was bummed because it was like, oh, like I'm playing me, the short little angry thing. Like maybe I should, maybe I should like, I don't know, try something different. And then I went the complete opposite. I went, everybody I think has their super snowflake character at some point in their life, you know, where they're like super special.
I'm trying to think if I did or not.
Yeah. To give an example, mine, I think we've talked about this before on the show, so I'm sorry for repeating it, but mine was a half drow, half orc death cleric. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
a bit cringe.
have there been any characters that you wish you had more time with?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. A couple, I think, actually. I wish that I had more time with actually Torbera, my dwarf fighter, my very, very first character, because that story actually got cut off abruptly, and we switched DMs in that group, and literally it was in this like cliffhanger moment of she found someone very important to her, like adrift at sea type situation. Never got to resolve that ever. Like the kingdom's going to war, and that story never got resolved. So for me, I want more time with that character to kind of like polish her off and finish the story. And then the other one was also a cliffhanger. I was playing. Oh, what was I playing? Was it Pathfinder or Savage Worlds? Savage Worlds. I was playing Savage Worlds, and I was playing a Storm Paladin half elf that was basically like cursed because she abandoned her crew. And it was, that was another cliffhanger. Like I could play her for forever. Like she was so much fun. She was so much fun. Like anything that I've ever thought about doing as a player where it's like, oh, I want to do that. No, that's out of character. I shouldn't do that. With her, you could. It was like, someone needs to do, no one's doing, okay, here we go. It was just kind of like, yes, ultimate yes. But what about you?
Okay, well, there's my first character, who I had to stop playing because he died. Yeah, it's always a good. But he has been resurrected in a couple of different, instances. Okay. In one homebrew I did, I spoke to Scott, our GM, and kind of went, right, I've got an idea. If I resurrect these characters, can you run us from there? And we'll kind of split into two campaigns. So that didn't last, unfortunately, because I was really looking forward to playing that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nahash was a bard with a fighter multi-class. And he was just chaos. It was just pure, unadulterated chaos. He started out as chaotic neutral, progressed to kind of chaotic good, because he did find a bit of a moral compass. But at the same time, it was, I'm going to make people as uncomfortable as possible. And I'm going to do the worst possible thing at the worst possible time. Not stupidly.
Yeah.
But like one of my favorite moments, we were in one of these narrative combats, as it were. We saw pretty early on that this was an unwinnable fight.
Okay.
Because what Scott had planned is he wanted our characters to die and then get reborn with these mythic powers. So he put us in a combat that there was no chance. No way we'd ever win that. And I kind of realized it earlier on. So Nahash's objective wasn't to survive. It was to get everyone out of there.
Oh.
And Scott did a thing with Nahash where he'd let me break the fourth wall constantly.
Oh, cool.
Just because it was funny and the shit I'd come up with. So the last 6 rounds of that combat is Nahash defending himself and just abusing this big bad guy, insulting the mother, just anything I could come up with, any joke at this guy's expense. It was fucking hilarious. And one of the most, and he died. Yeah, he absolutely got killed. And it was so fucking funny. And I've always wanted to do that. So when we played Covenant Crucible, because it was the original party, we all resurrected versions of our character. So instead of Nahash, I was a con man called Nash. And I was just as much of a dick to Couch's character as I was in the other game. So that was one. To the point where I've actually had an idea for a new show, but we'll talk about that off air.
Okay.
The other character I only managed to play once, and that was a quick, all right, we need someone for a Pathfinder Society game, build a character quickly. So I built a Bard Gunslinger.
Oh, okay.
All right, so he was a Bard Gunslinger, and the story was he was a very famous bard back in his hometown during, like, the 80s, and now it's kind of died off, so he's gone adventuring, and his name was John Bovey.
Stop.
My introduction is I would pick, like, someone around the table, as we're introducing characters, I'd kind of go, hey, what's your name? And he'd give me a name. And I'd actually write an autograph on a piece of paper. They were like, to my biggest fan, blah, 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 signed John Bovey, and I'd hand them it. And that was just, he was an arrogant prick.
Oh my gosh.
And
that sounds lovely, I'm not going to lie. Like, that awesome.
It was so much funny.
The good thing is, like, being in Connell's Mutants and Masterminds universe, they're all connected. So, like, each game is a different team in the same universe. Well, now. It didn't used to be.
I like it. So, I like that.
Yeah. So the best thing is, like, I get to revisit, like, a lot of my favorite characters, I know I'm going to get to play again. I know that we're, like, because, you know, the story's not done. That universe's story, it's still being played on in Inmates, our game. So, like, I know, like, oh, I really miss playing Serenity. I'll get to play her again. You know, oh, I really miss playing Lady Blade. I know I'll get to play her again. He does one-shots every now and then. So, like, since playing with Connell as my GM, I don't miss characters as much because they're not really done yet, which is good.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that, like, actually, he just commented on it. Like, last night, I have a character named Piper, who is this 17-year-old hyper-intellect, obsessed with Gundams, super genius, right? And her best friend is, like, an Egyptian witch teenage girl. Like, there's these two girls that have no clue what's going on in the world, which is why they're best friends. And in game, our current team, current characters was like, I need help. I don't know who to call. So he's a super genius. He called Piper, my other character. And I'm like, Connell just goes, all right, girls, think fast. And boom, suddenly we were Piper and Hecka on the phone instead of our actual characters in the fight. It totally mindfucked us, but it was awesome. It was great.
No, I think that is great. And it is, you know, knowing that further down the line when, you know, we kind of advance that, we're going to be meeting some of these people and everybody's going to see Liberator for the hero he is.
I can guarantee you. Oh, no, I can't. I was going to say, all my characters are going to put you down, but that's not true. Piper's going to be like, no, he's a good guy.
But he is.
No, you literally murdered someone last game.
You don't know that. Your character doesn't. Your character suspects that.
I mean,
that's not meta knowledge. It's not meta knowledge.
It's not meta knowledge. My character saw you take someone up, and the next thing I know, he's splat.
Yeah,
what
it was act. Did you not see how remorseful he was? Yeah, it's. Yeah, I mean, look, if your character has an issue with it's fine. It's fine.
You're so full of shit.
Even like everybody else, you know, you're the only one who sees this. I don't know. I think Halo might have issues.
Oh, Halo might have it. Okay. All right. We'll see how that goes. We should do weekly polls. Once we start airing it, we should do weekly polls.
Once we start airing it, you know, I definitely. Because honestly, Liberator is definitely like the characters that I'm playing now. Luckily enough, whether that's Edgar in Fabula Ultima or Liberator in Mutants and Masterminds, are up there with some of the most fun I've had with characters. Just because, Fabula, because of the nature of the game and how it's built, you can explore and just kind of go, this is the batshit idea that I've got.
Right.
And this is what I want to be. And lo and behold, he is a gunslinging paladin.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a bit of Iron Man mixed in there.
Which is such a cool concept, just in itself. Like, Paladin Iron Man. English is hard. I can't English today. I'm too tired. But
that's quite
I have to say, like, I think you hit on something though. Like, you're talking about, the characters you've made now are so much more fun to play. And I feel like I spent so much time trying to make characters that were cool or impressive or entertaining, and like, oh, what will my friends think? Or if, like, oh, is this up to par with, like, up to the, and I'm like, since I've just been making characters that I want to make that are fun, that even Colin may be like, wow, that's, but I still make them. I'm having so much more fun. Like,
yeah.
It's not performative. It shouldn't be performative. I mean, unless you're a performer, actor, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, playing the game with your friends. Like, it should be fun. And that's... I had so much fun last night.
I mean, a lot of, like, my previous characters, especially when it came to Pathfinder, were mechanics first, then character. And yeah, don't get me wrong, John Bovey was a hell of a fucking concept. But at the same time, I've had to go through and just kind of go, right, how can I mechanically make this work? Whereas in Fabula, it's easier. It's, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
I've got this stupid idea. This is how I'm going to implement it. And it works. It actually works.
Yeah, I felt bad for Couch because he was like, well, what kind of character do you want? Like, like, I've played JRPGs before, but I was like, well, what realm are we talking? Because I like spooky shit, but I also really like, so we finally ended up on Tifa. That was our blueprint, Tifa.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's roll with it. But and I threw the most random stuff in my head about it, and it was so funny. I was driving in the car, I think from New York, and Connell and I were talking about Fabula, and I was like, I got to come up with a name. And I don't know if you remember, if you were even big on TikTok at the time, but there's an audio of like, Trey, would you buy me a bottle of rosé?
I'm not big on TikTok now.
Okay, so, but I was like, I'm going to name her Trey. She's going to have a blue mohawk. And I was like, I think she's got 2 older sisters too. And Kyle's like, oh, okay. No, that actually makes sense in that like setting. I'm like, yeah, like...
No, I mean, I thought all your characters were amazingly fun, and Couch did a hell of a job GMing. It was a really good session.
Couch did a hell of a job GMing and corralling us as kittens, because I know that the 3 of us can get a little like...
You can't scare Couch. He's used to me at the table.
Don't. Now that I see that as a challenge. Like...
Couch is used to having me at the table. He's fine. You can't really throw anything at him that he's not prepared for.
Challenge accepted.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
But yeah, Couch GMs the hell out of Fabula Ultima. We thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm not even sure I would enjoy that game that system as much if someone else had been my first GM with it. Like he knows the system so well that it's like Connell and Mutants and Masterminds. Like Couch and Fabula just go so well together. Like,
yeah, I think I'm inclined to agree. I mean, looking at Fabula like objectively, there's a lot in it which I wouldn't immediately take to. I'd kind of struggle with, but I think having Couch there as like the first GM to run it for me, it was like we would know it wasn't so much we were focusing on the system. It was like, okay, this is the story. This is what we're focusing on, and it just made it a lot easier. Connell is asking me for Delta Green.
You talk a lot about it, John, but I don't see you doing anything about it.
Oh, be careful what you wish for.
Oh, I will wish very hard. You be careful, because I don't think you can handle us as your players.
You won't last.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
You will not last.
Oh, please. Come on. Let's do it. Let's set up a Delta Green.
Yeah, okay. I've got a couple of things already set up, but we can set up a Delta Green. I will, You, Connell, Stefan, if he's free.
Yeah, better be.
And,
Stefan, we're volunteering you.
And I will teach you Delta Green. And I think Delta Green is one of those systems that you're either going to really take to it, or you're going to just kind of go, might not be for me.
Describe it in 2 sentences. The mechanics of the system.
The mechanics of the system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Yeah, see?
Stress-inducing.
Okay.
And fluid.
Like bodily fluids or like...
No,
like
fluid is in movement.
Okay.
Body fluids are more setting. But
I was like, am I going to be sweating? Is this like...
I would assume so, yeah. No, it's stressful in the sense that there are so many things that will get you. You know, you don't have to worry as much about hit points. You have to worry about going insane and all the things, all the kind of effects that carries. If you pass your breaking point, you get a condition, and that condition could be something like paranoia. It can be anything like that, and you have to kind of play into that. If your character is paranoid, then you have to play into that. And it's resource management, because if you're starting to lose a lot of sanity, then you've got bonds, which are the people in your character's life, which you can sacrifice your relationship with them to kind of steel yourself, to kind of maintain some of that sanity.
Let's play. I am in. I want to
phenomenal.
Be scared, John. I want to be scared. I want to be traumatized. Let's go. There's something wrong with me.
No, I am. No, I'll run it. I've even got the perfect operation for you.
Yeah,
okay.
I've
got the perfect operation to run you guys through. Just a nice investigation.
Okay.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, and Liberator's innocent.
Liberator is innocent.
Liberator is not innocent.
Of course, Liberator's innocent. But yes, I am also looking at like other games to play, but that's going to be a bit further down the line. But Delta Green, I'll say I've got a Mutants and Masterminds. Obviously, we need to arrange coming up. I've got Call of Cthulhu. I've got Vampire the Masquerade coming up. We could do Delta Green after that, and then all right, deal.
That's the thing. Just to give everyone watching kind of a sneak peek behind the curtains. Like, we have so many games like that you are playing. I say we, but you are planning. There's creatives that are getting on the show. You made a thread the other day that blew the fuck up. I
did not expect it.
No, but here's the thing. Like, I loved that. So all John did was say, like, hey, TTRPG creatives, who's out there? And literally everyone's like, me! And they started posting all their stuff. And I've loved going through that thread and seeing all these things. I'm like, whoa. Like, so there's a lot of really cool things out there. There's a lot of cool people out there. We want to have people on the show to talk with. Like we talked, the show's kind of a hodgepodge of everything about the hobby. Like, we love the game. So
yeah, that's it. We every time we kind of sit down and kind of go, right, how are we going to focus this? It's like, we're not. We're just going to crack on. Yeah,
exactly.
We do have a focus coming up, but that's going to be in a few weeks' time. We've got other things to...
I got to move, man. Like, let me move.
Let's get that out of the way. But we have had an idea to kind of have a kind of reoccurring theme. But that'll be in at least 5 weeks' time. Yeah. We've got a few guests line up, so... Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to start making calls.
But it's going to be good. It's all good.
It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. So I have stuff that I want to, like, once I get moved, that's what my brain keeps going. I need to do this once I get moved. So I feel like I'm going to get moved. I'm going to unpack. And then my life is just going to explode with creativity, because, like, I feel myself wanting to go, and it's like, just wait. Like, I can't get in the middle of that right now. And, like, I have games. I have stuff on my Discord. Like, I have stuff on my Patreon. Like, I'm rearing ready to go. But so August is going to be a hella productive month for all of us.
I do believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to take a quick moment, and I just want to give a big shout out to our partners that, just support us week in, week out. So first of all, I want you guys to check out Deals of Opportunity. It's an automatic, simple, and free way to save on the tabletop role-playing games that you want. Just add your Drive-Thru RPG and Dungeon Masters Guild wish list and get notified anytime a title on your list goes on sale. You just have to set it up and save, and it is absolutely phenomenal. It is a lifesaver.
Mm-hmm. Especially in these times. I'm about to not have a paycheck for a month, so.
Yeah. So, Deals of Opportunity.
Deals of Opportunity. Save my ass, please.
Another thing we want to give a shout out to is 13th Moon Games. It's a family-run indie game company out of Wyoming, USA, that created the tabletop role-playing game Covenant Crucible. It's a game of modern-day witchcraft. If you can imagine the John Wick movies and the last witch hunting movie got together had a really pretty baby, this would be it. So if you want to learn more, check them out at 13th Moon Games. And they're on Threads, they're on Instagram, they're on everywhere. Yes. And lastly, obviously, we have merch. We've got a merch store. Check it out at toolegit2crit.uk. We've got shirts like the ones we're wearing. We've got hats. We're going to add some more shit on there once I get fucking round to it.
Or if I get to it first.
Or if Atlas gets to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of us will get to it. We need to start, delegating.
Atlas is going to have my account, so
yeah,
create whatever you want.
I'll just hack into it. It's fine. It's fine. But no, on the note of our merch, this shirt is so soft and comfy and lovely. I bought a giant one. I finally got one that actually fits me. So get a t-shirt, y'all.
They are really soft, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm not even, I know we're plugging, but at the same time, I've got other shirts that aren't as soft. And it's like, oh, okay. I'm a fan.
No, this is it's nice. I need a pink one now. We don't have one but pink.
All right. So, I think we've got a few things to talk about that we've kind of dug up.
We do.
So I think that just there is a little matter of rolling for initiative. I took you last time. I'm pretty sure of it.
You did. It was annoying too. You smashed me hard. There's no recovering from that. I think I had a 7. You had an 11.
Yep. Again, Cryptic Crits. Big shout out to them. They've got wonderful dice, and
not our sponsor, but we love their dice.
Not our sponsor, but I will shout their name from the rooftops.
Seriously, I love this, and I still have my bottle. I still.
Okay, so I've rolled a tweener. I could go either way.
All right, I rolled a something with a 1 and a 18.
Damn it! Ah! I got a 12.
Oh, that was close. It was close.
It was close. But yeah. Close. Okay. But well done. All right. Okay, so what we're going to talk about first, Atlas?
All right. First, I want to talk about something that I'm going to butcher the name of. I think it's dodecadonuts.
You got that right, dice.
Yeah. Okay. I would say I have moments where my English is spot on, and then I have moments where it's like, God, do I speak this language? But yes, dodecadonuts. So speaking of that thread you post, that looks so good.
It looks fucking amazing, doesn't it?
It looks so good. I'm hungry now. And I promise this has something to do with games. This is part of that thread. John posted this thread. Someone was like, hey, yo, I make this. They're donut holders for your dice. They're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay. They've got different toppings. They've got different decorations and colors. You can make it as customized as you want. Now, I don't think the dice come with it, do they? Usually don't. I
don't believe they do.
Because I was gonna make sure I didn't accidentally say the wrong thing. Woo! But no, they're beautiful. They look very well done. If you actually go out to, they've got the donuts that are already made. It's not that it's glazed on, but you can see it's got that traditional wooden casing, and then that glaze is just unreal. I want one. And I'm not sure it's because I want to eat one or because
They do. Honestly, they do look good enough to eat.
They do. And that's the thing is I've seen so many dice holders and dragon things and geek themed stuff that you're okay, yeah, I've seen it. I have not seen this. This is amazing. I would buy so many donuts to hold my dice. Such a weird phrase to say. But I love it. I'm here for it. Yeah, thank you for reaching out and posting on the threads, this whole thing, because like this is, go check them out. Go support their donuts. Go buy a donut. Is that a bagel?
I do believe so.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they are awesome. I do like them a lot.
But each donut does come with a carrying case, so you don't have to worry about scratching it, dinging it, or dropping things on it, because that is a thing for me. Is if I got one with sprinkles, which I would, I'd be worried about my sprinkles popping off. So, which sounds like a term for something. Worried about my sprinkles popping off.
It's been a while since my sprinkles popped off.
Oh, but yes, they're beautiful. Like I don't really have anything else to say other than they're beautiful, and they're a good price for like work that well. And obviously the price changes according to what you get and like the customization and whatnot, but definitely worth it.
No, I do like them quite a lot. Yeah. I am a fan.
Yes, I legit might have to get me one after
Now,
August, because my life apparently doesn't start till August.
Exactly, just everything's on hold until August.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. So the next thing we want to talk about today,
English.
English. It is my second language. So. Okay, I want to talk about the Diana Jones Award. Okay, so this was actually announced last week, but the finalists have been announced, and the Diana Awards they basically it's an award created to kind of promote inclusivity and in the gaming world, and it is it's a wonderful cause, and let's have a look. And every year they give out awards. I think last year it was Lynn Cordego who won it.
Okay.
Massively well deserved. So just a quick glance over the nominations for this year. You've got Adepticon, which is a miniature games convention in the Midwest. So it's grown from a 110-person event to 8,000 attendees. There's Ami Bayo, who is a game designer, the owner of Pink Tiger Games. So her first game is You Think You Know Me. She's been on a mission to share compassion and empathy through tabletop games. Festival is an RPG and board game convention in Denmark. Who knew?
Okay.
Denmark. Denmark. I need to go to this. But it's developed.
Is that close for you?
It's not a massive amount away. It's just a cheeky little flight.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's developed an ever-evolving history of design, innovation, playful spirit, and community commitment. TTRPGs for trans rights in Florida, which is the Humboldt bundle that I
yes.
I think I either bought this one, I bought one same. It was the same cause, but a different city. But
absolutely.
What a fantastic bundle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this was it because it was over 500 items. So, 250. 200, yeah, so that increased my library quite a bit. So, yeah, and then lastly is the United Paizo Workers, which, they were the first company to actually unionize TTRPG workers, which, is fantastic because without it, Wizards of the Coast happens.
Why does it sound like a disease? Wizards of the Coast happens.
Yeah, do you want Wizards of the Coast? This is how we get Wizards of the Coast.
Nobody wants Wizards of the Coast.
Nobody wants Wizards of the Coast.
It's itchy. You gotta do take a whole bunch of
prescriptions. You need a shot. It's.
Although, you know what I miss? Slightly related, slightly unrelated. I used to play Commander, Magic, like Magic the Gathering.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've not. That's like speaking.
Oh, you didn't get into Magic?
Never got into Magic.
Oh, I got into it really, really hard, really quick, and I played Commander, and I was good at it, and then everybody that I know that played went away, and we went different paths, and now I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I could just never get into it.
I might have to try and change that. Okay, all right.
Yeah, anyways. Fair enough.
Don't catch Wizards of the Coast.
Okay.
Too many showers.
Yeah, definitely. I can. Yeah, you can't shower enough.
No.
All right.
Very cool. Okay. I've been seeing a whole bunch of awards going around, like nominations and stuff. This is cool though. I really, really like this.
Yeah, the Dan Awards are phenomenal. You know, because it highlights part of the hobby which isn't always highlighted, and
Yeah.
you know, it shines a light on people who are truly deserving.
And that is I don't know if I want to say soft spot or a drive for me, but like when we say that we have creatives coming on the show, there is so much to this hobby other than running the game or designing a game. Those are huge, and those are, don't get me wrong, like those are super important. Obviously, you can't have a game if it's not designed, and you can't run a game without a GM. But like the artists behind it, the supporters behind it, like an artist can mean anything from terrain to like book pages to like simply designing like a layout for something. Like, and that's the thing, is there's so much more to this hobby than, oh look, I play a game.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
one
you,
of the
like you don't yeah.
one of the comments on that thread that I did was just this guy going, "I do layouts."
That's amazing. See,
It was like, I do layouts for games.
That deserves, in my opinion, just as much hype as literally anything else.
Yeah.
Because it takes so much in this hobby, and this hobby allows so many creative people to be creatives, that I really don't want that term to get lost on people as like, oh, I'm a creator, meaning like, oh, I make videos and perform like, no, like you can be a creator and be anything, literally. As long as you're being creative and creating something for the hobby, you're a creator. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
sorry, mini rant.
Yeah, rant. That was a very worthwhile rant, though.
Sorry, but yeah, I feel very strongly about that. Anytime I hear someone's like, I'm not really a creator, I'm like, shut your face, you are.
Yes, you are.
Like, yes, you are.
Connell once said it. It's like, shut up.
I know, right? Right? Thank you.
Connell once went, I'm not a creator. Yes, you fucking are.
Mr. GM thought of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was you do that every day. You engage people. People start conversations because of something that you've done. You are a creator.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
So, have you got anything else you want to share with us? I know you do.
But first, I have to say my friend Clint just said who likes playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Clint, nobody. Go home. Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna defend. I don't play it, but I am gonna defend Yu-Gi-Oh because when my son got really into Pokemon, obviously his sister felt a bit left out, so I couldn't really give her Pokemon cards because they'd get mixed up and they'd have arguments and whatnot. But I started getting her Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Interesting. Okay. I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards at one point. I just didn't know what to do with them. I collected them because they were pretty. That's about it. I had no clue what to do with them. But yes, no, I do have something else I want to talk about if we have time.
I'm pretty sure. We need to have a look. See, we don't need to bring up the screen share. We need to see what you're wearing.
No, we don't. Yeah, this is, if you see them from a distance, right? Dangles.
Yeah.
I can't get them out of my ear. This is great. Oh, there we go. So, see these pretties right here? Oh, they're dangling too fast. Here we go.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay.
Oh, they're pretty. I do like them.
So these are made from Luma Hollow. I believe the creator's name is actually Eleanor. You can go to her Etsy shop, and she has these D20 earrings that you can actually get in any sort of Pride flag colors. That's what she's advertising them as. So for Pride Month, if you want to support Pride Month, show your colors, but also show your love of the game, go check out these earrings because they're so flippin' adorable. They're laser cut, okay? And they're super, they're nice. I thought they were going to be big and clunky. They're lightweight. I forget I'm wearing them, to be honest. But they stay, like you just saw, they stay in my ear. Boys, buy these for your girlfriend. That's all I gotta say if you don't want to wear them yourself. But it was so sweet because I messaged Eleanor and I was like, hey, I'm in this show. Is there any way I can get custom colors for this? And I went into this big thing. It's like, I'll pay you extra, blah, blah, blah. And if you scroll down just slightly, it has a customize option. So even if you don't want to wear your pride flag, if you have anniversary colors, wedding colors, whatever you want to do, you click the item, you scroll down, and she'll customize the colors for you. So if you like jewelry, if you like D20s, if you like anything regarding the sport.
Hey, I'll take it. It's a sport.
Guys, I quit my job. I'm moving states. My brain is like... But yes, Luma Hollow, these earrings are so worth it. They're affordable. They're good quality. Like, I can't get over the quality of these. So, and they're just pretty and they dangle.
No, they are phenomenal. They are absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. John, you'd look good in a pair.
I think I would. I think I'm about that point of midlife crisis.
Yeah.
To get my ear pierced.
Absolutely. My dad wants to get his pierced, so hi, Dad.
You know.
By the way.
Oh yeah, hi to Atlas's parents who apparently watch the show. Yeah. I do apologize for my language, but
they used it for me. Don't you worry. But yeah, no, wonderful earrings, and that's all I got to say about them. I have nothing negative to say about it. I wore them to work. I did taught Pilates in them, and I chased down a resident in them, and they did not come out.
Fair enough. I mean, they do. They are very pretty. I do like them very much. Right? To the point where it's like, I could rock them.
You could rock them.
I could rock them.
Absolutely could.
I could rock them.
Get them in the Too Legit to Crit colors.
Yeah, just one ear though.
Yeah, just one.
I want to look like an 80s bad boy. I want to like if the Lost Boys went nerd.
Okay, but I love the Lost Boys.
Hey, like, you don't knock the Lost Boys.
Oh my God! If there was a game set in that setting and reality and everything, I would never stop playing that game.
Vampire the Masquerade, but as Lost Boys.
Please, I have been begging to play Vampire, and like I can't find ananybody who wants to either run it or play it. Like that would be a perfect setting.
Oh, I've found someone who wants to run Vampire.
Let's go. Lost Boys setting.
If we've got another space, I'll speak to the GM and see if we've got another space at the table. We've already kind of got the setting, but yeah, Juicy Garland is going to be running it for us.
Oh God, amazing! That's going to be so much fun to watch.
That's just going to be. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that.
Maybe we can get Connell to do a Lost Boys setting. That's kind of his jam. I recall speaking to Connell about like World of Darkness in general, and I do know. Oh, him and Stefan, the first time they met, it was like, and me and the rest of the group in the stream are going, "What are they talking about?" Like, it was awesome. I'm not complaining. It was awesome getting them to just like relive their glory days, and I'm just like sitting here going, like, I need a snack for the show. This is awesome.
Ooh, Cadge just put he wants a Big Trouble in Little China Lost Boys crossover.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I tell you what you could do that with. What's that system? Outgunned.
Oh.
Either Outgunned or Everyday Heroes.
Isn't Outgunned from Little Mice? Or Two Mice?
Yeah, Two Little Mice. Outgunned.
They're the ones who did Household that I'll be reading.
Yes, yeah.
Ooh, Household.
So Outgunned is like cinematic action.
Yeah.
So have that and just add vampires in. You fucking got it.
Ooh.
Big Trouble in Little China. So you got like the sort of East Asian vibe sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then add in vampires.
Okay, we need to talk to our home table about this, because or home team, whatever we're calling our group, because like that sounds amazing.
I just want to catch Kurt Russell fighting David for supremacy. I'm sorry, man. David beats the shit out of Kurt Russell.
Now, hang on a minute. Are we talking about Santa Kurt Russell? Because
no, we're talking about Big Trouble in Little China Kurt Russell.
I know, but I'm just saying if we'd make it Santa Kurt Russell in the same situation.
Yeah, yes. But we're not. It has to be Big Trouble in Little China.
Can't we put Santa in Big Trouble in Little China?
He can catch a bottle. That's about it. That's about all he can do. David wins.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I'm a Lost Boys fan.
No, I am too. To be completely honest with you, I am. I love Lost Boys. I actually, when I first moved to Indiana, I was infatuated. I was too young to be dating him, but I was basically dating this guy who it was Halloween, and he dressed up as a pirate or something. I dressed up as a Lost Boy, like vampire Lost Boy.
Okay. Yeah,
and he had no clue. He was like, "Oh, so what are you?" And his mom knew immediately. And I was like, "Yeah, she gets it." And yeah, that relationship didn't last long.
I'm not surprised.
How do you not know, like, I mean, okay, that's fair. Not a lot of people know that. Like, that is not a everybody knows Lost Boys. But
They should.
They should. Yes, exactly. So if anybody hasn't seen it, go home and watch it tonight.
Anybody who's alive during the 80s should know Lost Boys.
Now, hold up. I wasn't, so...
You're an old soul.
Yes. I like 80s movies, though. Like...
Yeah, 80s movies were the best.
It's a completely different vibe.
All right, well, I do believe that's pretty much all we've got time for tonight.
Oh, man.
I know, it flew by.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
What happened?
I have the last call ready and all that, but, it just kind of flew by.
Right.
That's what happens when we get to talking.
Lost Boys is the last call. That's what it was.
Just a big thank you to everyone who kind of joined us in the chat. It's been great hanging out with you guys.
I love our chat.
Always is. And also a big thank you to our partners who just, they're there. They let us throw their names around. And it is, it's great to kind of get to know you guys and work with you guys, and looking forward to seeing what Grey Castle Press and 13th Moon Games put out in the future. Also, a huge thank you to you for spending some time with me this evening. Would you like to tell people whereabouts on the interwebs they can find you?
Yeah, I am most active on Threads, atlas.ursa, Atlas like the Titan, Ursa like the bear. But I'm also on like Instagram, TikTok. I have a Discord. Just come find me. I talk. Like, everyone's welcome at my table.
As for me, you can find me at Natural Juan on Mastodon, also on Threads at natural.juan, same as Instagram. You can also find me behind most of our social media presence on all the other sites, and chances are if something's said that pisses you off, that's going to be me behind that. And I'll have probably done it on purpose because
Probably.
Chaos.
Yeah,
also,
everybody's innocent.
if you like what we do and you want to see more, give us a like, subscribe to us, check out our merch store. Just engage with us, whether it's via our multiple social media presences, or you can even send us an email at questions at toolegit2crit.uk. And most importantly of all, I want to put out a massive thank you to everyone who's taken time out of their busy day to listen to two idiots waffle on about tabletop role-playing games. Thank you very much, and good night.